Hey guys, I just wanted to continue on from last week's blog post where I talked about splitting your desktop and your mobile traffic up into their own campaigns within AdWords and how we can use that new data to find out which of those devices are bringing in the most value for your campaign. So to get started, just log into your analytics account, and then if you go down the screen, click on conversions, multi-channel funnels, and then there's a couple options here which are pretty cool. The first one we're going to look at is top conversion paths. So click on that. Now what this does here is it actually shows you how people are turning into conversions on your site. So if we look at the first one here, someone's coming through search and then they've returned to the site directly. Down here we've got someone who started off in paid search and then at a later date they've come back in directly. Or down number 9, through your AdWords campaign, then they've done an organic search and clicked on a search result and then they've come back through the site later again. Now we specifically want to look at AdWords traffic, so what you can do is if you go up to the top, you can click on AdWords, and the look back window is where it looks for, say 30 days ago, if someone come through an AdWords campaign, then that's going to be part of this data. I like to set that to 90 days, that's the max, and it will get everything in there. You can select the conversion type you want, and that's it. So if you go down to the bottom, you start to see how people are getting to the conversions via your AdWords campaign. So first thing, I'll just expand this out to 50 results so we can see it all. But if we go through here, now I've named the campaign search network and mobile network to make it nice and clear. So what we're looking for now is to see in particular where the traffic is coming from and if it's using both networks. If you find that it's only using one of the networks and the one that's not leading to traffic or conversions can probably be cancelled or bids reduced. Okay, so what we're doing when we're looking at this data is trying to work out whether each network is pulling its own weight. If we find, say, the mobile network isn't actually either leading to conversions at the start of the path or finishing them off at the end of the path, then we've got to change that campaign because it could be wasting money. Now, I already know from looking at the conversion data directly that the search network is getting probably about 75–80% of the conversion. So in this example in particular, we're looking to make sure that the mobile network is bringing people into the path from the start. If they're not in the first 1 or 2 steps, then the mobile network is wasting money for us and we have to take action on that mobile network campaign. So we'll just run down this list and see what's going on. So here's a direct conversion here. We already know about this one. The next one, so in this case here, mobile network is in the middle of a couple of unavailables. These unavailables are either going to be organic or paid or email or something like that. So that's a conversion that wouldn't have been picked up necessarily by the AdWords conversion data, but it did actually come from the AdWords network and the mobile network in particular. So down here, we can see that there's there's a string of conversions here where they have started on the mobile network. So someone's searched on their phone, then they've come back probably to the desktop to do more research. And yeah, so there's a string there, so about 5 there. Keep going down. But there's not too many, so you count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, say about 7 out of 30 involve the mobile network. Okay, so based on this data here, we can see that say a bit less than 25% of the conversions are coming from the mobile network. Yet when we looked earlier, we could see that the spend on the mobile network was about 25% more than the search network. So there's a real mismatch there. You're spending more money to get a lot less conversions. Something's got to change. So one way to get better value is by trying to reduce the bids on the mobile network. The easiest way to do that is, as I showed you last week, through the device settings screen. So if you go to AdWords, just reduce your bid adjustment for mobile and tablet. So this one here I've reduced down to 50% bid on those two, and that's compared to the bids on the search network. So I keep the bids uniform across both networks and then just use this here to adjust. And I find that seems to work pretty well, keeping everything in balance and easier to track. when you do make an adjustment like that, make sure you check in about a week's time to make sure your conversions are at least what they were before. They should increase because you're now spending more money on the search network compared to the mobile network. But just keep an eye on it in case there's something that was missed in the original analysis. Now, if you don't like looking at the data visually, there is another way to get to the assisted conversions, which you can probably see on the side menu already, but it doesn't give you an idea of whereabouts those assisted clicks came from. But yeah, if you just click on assisted conversions, you will see it here. So as we said, 23 from search network, and they're saying 6 from mobile. So there will be some, there's always some data differences within the analytics reports, but yeah, they're pretty much in line with what we said before. So once again, mobile network just isn't performing compared to the search network. Now I'll leave this video here for now, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that you can't always take the final conversion data as gospel. There might be cases where, unlike this one here, where the mobile network is actually leading to a lot of service discovery. So people are finding your product or your service on their mobile phone and then coming back to their computer and either finding it again through an ad or organic search or typing your site in directly. So what happens is if you kill that mobile traffic, then your total conversions go down because the brand discovery is no longer there. So yeah, before you do decide to cull that traffic, just have a look at the assisted conversions and make a decision from there. Well, I hope you guys found that video useful. If you've got any questions at all, just give us a shout. If you need some help reading the data just to get another opinion on it, then let me know. I'm more than happy to help, and I'll speak to you guys later. Cheers, guys.